Dear humans, I stand here today not for myself, but for every tail wagger, sloppy kisser, and curtain ninja. I stand here for each one of the thousands of dogs and cats killed in shelters each day, asking you to join our cause and help us make sure every best friend has a chance to meet one of their own. With Best Friends Animal Society leading the charge, and your help, we can save them all.
Thank you for joining us for Pet Connect. I'm Tara Douglas. My special guest today is Mitzi Martin. She's on the executive board of Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill, and she's here to talk about cats, talk about our upcoming auction fundraiser. So Mitzi, thank you so much for coming on the show this morning.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start with cats. Let's talk about that a bit because you are the person who is in charge of the cat world in our organization. So let's talk about the foster system. Let's talk about how many cats we've got available right now and what's going on in that world.
We probably have about 14, 15 different foster homes for kittens.
Okay.
And then we probably have between 65 to 70 spread out amongst those foster homes.
So do you need more fosters right now? Or?
We need more adopters.
Okay.
More than anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what can people do to find out what cats are available? What can they do if they're looking for a kitten or a cat?
Lynn, of course, has been wonderful to put them all on Pet Finder.
Okay.
So just about, I'd say 75% of them now are loaded on Pet Finder.
That's great. That's been such a huge help for us. We have one of our volunteers, Lynn Averett, who has worked through a lot of the dogs we have at the shelter, dogs we have at foster, like Mitzi said, cats that we have in the foster system. So a lot of them can be found on Pet Finder now. You just go to petfinder.com and you can put in our location. Now Penelope, we got her picture up right here. She's our pet of the week. I'm assuming she's probably on Pet Finder.
Yes,
Okay.
I think she is.
Now tell me about Penelope. Is she at Pet Sense?
She's at Pet Sense right now, available for adoption, but she came into the shelter around the end of May this year.
Okay.
Sickly, heavily pregnant, or I think she had 5 kittens there.
Okay.
She developed an upper respiratory infection, and so we pulled her out and put her in a foster home, but unfortunately several of the kittens started dying right away
Okay.
from pneumonia and sickness.
Okay.
And she had one surviving kitten. Her name is Sky, and she got adopted Friday.
Oh, that's great.
So now she's available by herself.
Okay. She's a beautiful cat.
She is, and she's super sweet and loving.
And with the situation at Pet Sense, we're so fortunate to have that. So with the cages that are at Pet Sense, when you go in there, look to the left, you'll see some cats available for adoption. Those cats are some that come from our foster system through Feral Dogs of Avondale, and we do pull some from the shelter to cycle them through there as well. So we are so thankful to Pet Sense for allowing us to do that, because normally, Mitzi, we have quite a few adoptions from Pet Sense. I know adoptions have been slow the past couple of months, but that is such a wonderful outlet for us.
It's our only outlet, really.
So that's great.
Yes.
And so, we definitely have those cats there. And then we had our adoption event this past Saturday, and we had how many cats adopted?
They had 3 adopted.
And so there's some pictures from the adoption event. Obviously not a cat, but we had quite a few volunteers that came out, and we had cages of cats inside Pet Sense. We had some volunteers that brought dogs from the shelter so that we could get the word out that we had dogs and cats available. And that's Lieutenant Dan. That's how we in rescue feel almost every day. But now, are you fostering Lieutenant Dan right now?
Yes.
Okay. He's such a cute little cat, even though you can't see anything about him other than
Right.
his frustration with being awake. But we have such a great group of volunteers,
We
and I know
do.
you are so thankful for your foster system for all of the cats.
Yes.
Now, where do the cats and kittens usually come from that end up in the foster system?
Usually out in the community, because I do a lot of TNR
Okay.
trapping. There's usually kittens at locations, so sometimes if they're tame, I'll put them in a foster home. I'm constantly contacted by people in the community, of course,
Okay.
asking us to take kittens from them, and then we try to help the shelter out and pull them from there also.
And then when we pull those kittens, we also encourage and help the people get the mama cat fixed, so we
yes.
don't have that situation ever again. That's our big thing, is that we really want to promote that spaying and neutering. We've got to get all these dogs and cats in this area fixed because we are seeing it. The adoptions are slow right now, and so that's why we have so many of these cats in the foster system. But I mean, I know we'll be able to find adopters for these cats eventually. But let's talk about now with your TNR program. That's been very successful. You're on how many cats this year alone?
I think we're at 500 this year.
Yeah.
Okay, this year I've probably done 115.
Okay. But then we're over 500.
Yes, we hit our 500 mark last week.
And when did you start the TNR program? How many years has it been?
2020 when COVID hit.
Okay. So that's huge.
Yes.
That's amazing to have that many cats. I can only imagine what it would be like if those cats had not been fixed, how many kittens we would have in the area. Now, how hard is it to get the kittens when you're in a TNR situation and you trap the cats and get them fixed? How hard is it to get the kittens? Is it pretty easy to grab those smaller?
Sometimes it is, but a lot of times it's not. And a lot of times they end up in the trap.
Okay.
And that's how you catch them.
So let's talk about those cats that are the TNR program. A lot of them are feral cats, so they're not going to be adopted and go into homes. But a lot of the kittens, what kind of age? If you have people contact you and they say, I've got some kittens here, that they haven't been around people a lot, typically how old can you still tame them and have them as a good
If
house
we can
cat?
get them before they hit 8 weeks, we can usually 90% tame them up.
Okay.
But after that, it gets harder.
Okay. So I mean that is tough. So I know we get contacted so much by people who need help,
Yes.
and there's some situations that we can't help the way they would like to see that help happen. Now let's talk about how people contact us. What do people need to do if they see a stray cat, or if they need help with their own cat that's had kittens, or if what do they need to do?
They can always hit us up on Facebook Messenger from our Feral Dogs page, or
Okay.
they can email us at theferaldogsofavondale@gmail.com.
Yes, it's a very, very long email. But that is how you can contact us at the Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill at gmail.com, or much easier, just find us on Facebook and
Yes.
message and let us know that the situation. We try to help, but we are full in our foster system, and you have to understand that when we don't have fosters for the cats, and the shelter's full of cats too.
And they also have to understand that we can't just load our foster homes down with kittens that we can't move.
And
So we have to hold up at certain points and stop until the adoptions catch up.
And right now, are we at that point where
Yes.
we've had to kind of hold up and stop? So it's a very tough point to be in from an animal rescue standpoint, but unfortunately, that happens, and,
We've had to
that's
tell-
where we are right now.
But we've had to tell people no all summer because
So-
there's too many.
Yeah, and that's why we really, really are encouraging people to spay and neuter the cats.
Yes.
Now let's talk about, we've got another voucher event. Let's talk about the vouchers, where they're available all the time, and what's happening with the event itself.
Their next voucher sale for $30 is going to be December the 14th at Pet Sense. We usually run it from 9 to 12, but we usually start running out around 10:30, selling out.
Yeah, there's a line all the way outside of PetSense, so you got to get there early.
So, and if you miss us at Pet Sense, you can go to Mutt Cuts, 210 Calhoun Avenue,
That's it.
and we keep them over there all the time, regular price at their business hours.
Now, do you know right off the top of your head the regular price?
Yes.
Or the
Female dog is $71.
okay.
Male dog is $56. Female cat is $56, and a male cat is $41.
Now, I get asked a lot. Let's go over. So, with the vouchers themselves, let's talk about where they're used and the process there, because I do get a lot of questions
Yes.
about that, and people that want to try to use them locally, but you can't use them here in town.
No.
So let's talk about where they're used, how the process for that.
They're only good at the Alabama Spay and Neuter Clinic in Irondale, and if you can't get them over there yourself, they send a bus the first Monday of the month, but you have to have an appointment to ride, and then they'll charge you an $8 transportation fee, and then they'll charge you $26, I think, for the rabies,
Okay.
if the animal doesn't already have its rabies.
So there are steps that you have to take once you get the $30 voucher or the regular price voucher. You've got to get that appointment made, and then if you need, you can take your animal up to Irondale yourself, but it's so easy to have that transport that comes. That's
Yes.
so nice that we have that. They come to the Home Depot parking lot. But do prepare, if you choose that option, that there will be a line of people, and they're very fast. You don't sit there long, but don't think that you can swing by there
In
running
5
late to get
minutes.
to work, because it's not going to be a 5-minute hand somebody your cat and run. They've got a system, and that's an amazing system to
is.
watch. They can get dogs and cats through there, and
They're averaging 100 a day
wow.
over there Monday through Thursday.
And you know, you think about how many that is, how many cats you've trapped here, how many vouchers that we've sold through Feral Dogs, and we still have this big problem that it's so we just need community support. We need everybody to do everything they can to get dogs and cats fixed, so we're not dealing with this.
Right.
Now, the $30 vouchers, another thing that people ask me a lot about the $30 vouchers, that's not what we pay for those vouchers, Feral Dogs.
No, we pay the full price.
And so we raise money, and then we've been fortunate enough to have money come from the county commissioners and come from the city of Sylacauga
Yes.
to help us with that difference there, so that we can provide the community with the very low cost, the $30 vouchers. So, you know, if you see anyone, the county commissioners or city council or anybody from City Hall, thank them.
Yes.
Because we very much appreciate having that help, because the more we do the spaying and neuter, the fewer
Yes.
cats and kittens that we have to worry about trying to find homes for them. Now, speaking of raising money, we also have an auction coming up, so let's
Yes.
talk about that.
So we, of course, put the word out that we were going to do it and asked people to donate items to go into the auction, and all those came in this past weekend. And so starting Friday, we'll start loading them onto the Feral Dogs Facebook page
Okay.
in one big group post, and it'll have an opening bid price on each picture, and people can just take it away, and it will end Sunday night, probably around 5 o'clock.
Okay, so it's just this weekend.
Just this weekend only, and then we'll close it out and then announce the winners of each item. And
And we've got a picture of a necklace on here right
yes, Heritage Federal Credit Union donated that for our auction. So
Wow. Well, that's a beautiful necklace.
It
So,
is.
you know, we thank everyone who donated in Heritage South for giving us that necklace. That hopefully will raise lots of money for our foster system and TNR and
yes,
everything that we need. I mean, we need money for so many things in Feral Dogs.
I don't think people realize how much money we spend.
yeah. So, you know, definitely watch our Facebook page this Friday. What time did you say they would be
It
loaded?
should all be loaded by 5 o'clock.
Okay, and it's a you snooze, you lose situation, because it's just this weekend. So lots of people hop on there and just start bidding away
Oh,
for
yeah.
all this. So we've got that beautiful necklace, and what are some of the other things that you process to go through the auction?
Bluebell, of course, is donated to gift baskets with gallons of ice cream in it, and I mean, just everybody, even people that just donated small items that we could put together in gift baskets. So we have like a huge Alabama tailgating gift basket and big dog beds and dog gift baskets and
We've got quilts too, don't
quilts.
we? Yeah.
I mean, these quilts are awesome.
That-
I mean, it's
Beautiful.
hard to find
Yeah.
people that would just donate a handmade quilt anymore.
That's great.
But-
So, you know, again, we just appreciate all the support we get. We appreciate not only our volunteers, but people who support us that way, people who share our post, who, you know, help support transports of our dogs and cats to other states when we do that. And, you know, we just have a great community here that helps. And so we appreciate everybody. Appreciate you coming on here to talk about it.
Well, we appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate you more. So thank you so much for joining us. And remember, Penelope is available for adoption. So please head to PetSense and meet her and meet the other cats that are there. And come out to the shelter this Saturday. We'll be walking dogs from 11 to 1, and you can also meet the cats too. I sometimes forget to talk about how you can come in and pet the cats and see who's available there. But come on out with us 11 to 1, and then we'll see everybody this Saturday. Thanks for joining us.